Nancy Cavey, National ERISA and Individual Disability Attorney. Welcome to Winning Isn't Easy. Before we get started, I've got to give you a legal disclaimer. This podcast is not legal advice. So I've done what the Florida Bar Association told me I had to do, but nothing will ever prevent me from giving you an easy to understand overview of the disability insurance world, the games that carriers play, and what you need to know to get the disability benefits you deserve. So off we go. Today, I'm going to be discussing Lincoln Financial. It was founded in 1905, and it boasts that the basis of its company lies in fundamentals of integrity, claiming that it defines how we do business and how we interact with our customers, our colleagues, and our communities. In this episode of Winning Isn't Easy, we'll walk through some of Lincoln's history and handling of claims that really put those ideas of integrity to the test. Now, I'm going to be talking about four things. Number one, you can't apply for long-term disability benefits because we denied your claim game that Lincoln plays and how to fight back. Number two, a federal judge calls out Lincoln on its ERISA regulations violating conduct by improperly rejecting neuropsychological testing in a chronic fatigue syndrome case. Lincoln Eller Stanlow's long-term disability claim denial remanded because of Lincoln's failure to provide a full and fair review and Lincoln's seemingly inability to perform a full and fair review of ERISA disability claims. Now, this is not unique to Lincoln, so you may be thinking, well, I don't have a Lincoln claim. Why should I listen to this? You should listen to this because these are the disability games that carriers and plans will play. Lincoln just happens to have perfected some of these denial tools and techniques a little better than other disability carriers or plans. Let's take a break for a moment before we get into this episode.
Have you been robbed of your peace of mind by your disability insurance carrier? You owe it to yourself to get a copy of Robbed of Your Peace of Mind, which provides you with everything you need to know about the long-term disability claims process. Request your free copy of the book at caveylaw.com today.
Welcome back to Winning Isn't Easy. Ready to get started? Let's talk about that. You can't apply for long-term disability benefits because we denied your claim game that Lincoln plays and how to fight back. Now, disability carriers or plans will go to great lengths, including lying, to prevent disabled policyholders or plan participants from filing a claim for long-term disability benefits. The typical scenario is that the employer offers its employees a short-term disability plan, either through a carrier or through a self-insured plan. Because the employer and the carrier of the plan don't want to deal with an application for long-term disability benefits, they'll deny the short-term disability claim at some point, and then they'll say, look, you're not eligible for long-term disability benefits because you didn't complete getting your short-term disability benefits. Now, you would think that the employer would know better, and unfortunately, that's not often the case. Often they're complicit with this game. What you can and cannot do is really based on the language in the long-term disability policy or plan. Now, some long-term disability policies or plans will require that you do, in fact, receive the full payment of your short-term disability benefits before you can apply for long-term disability benefits, while others don't. The truth, quite frankly, is that many long-term disability policies or plans don't require that you be paid short-term disability benefits at all or be paid out all of the short-term disability benefits. Now, what you'll probably find is that there are two separate policies or plans, two separate standards of disability, two separate premiums being paid, and a long-term disability policy or plan that doesn't require that you be paid short-term disability benefits as a prerequisite to filing the long-term disability claim. So you can see the games are already being played, and it's going to come down to the language in the short-term disability policy or plan and the long-term disability policy or plan. So when you're calling a lawyer, such as myself, to ask about these types of issues, they're going to ask for this kind of documentation. Now, I'm often asked, well, how do I fight back? If the disability carrier plan says, too bad, so sad, we're not going to let you apply for your long-term disability benefits. You should, in my view, number one, get a copy of the short-term disability claims file and appeal the denial of that short-term disability benefits. You should submit certified mail return receipt requested, a generic long-term disability application, because many times they won't give you the application. So you can get online and find a generic. Keep the green card that you get documenting that they have received it. Why? Well, if the disability carrier of the plan does not timely respond to the application, you should be retaining counsel, obviously, to file a lawsuit, not only on the short-term disability claim, but on the long-term disability claim. So what I really try to do is to file a lawsuit on both. Now, if the short-term disability plan is self-insured or through a disability carrier, you probably are going to have to file two different lawsuits, one for the short-term disability benefits and a second for the long-term disability benefits, independent of themselves. Again, you can see a lot of strategy goes into this. It really depends, in my view, in large measure, what the short-term disability policy or plan says, who is providing those benefits, whether it's an employer self-insured fund or a disability carrier, whether or not that disability carrier is the same carrier for the long-term disability benefits. So you can see a lot of thought needs to go into this. But the point is, we don't want you to let a disability carrier or plans or employer's refusal to pay out the short-term disability benefits or to give you a long-term disability application or to tell you that you can't apply. We don't want them to play those games and interfere with your rights to get not only your short-term disability benefits, but your long-term disability benefits. We, as all ERISA disability attorneys, are here to protect you from the games that disability carriers and plans play and the games that that employers can play either individually or in concert with the disability plan or the policy. Again, interactions are important and they can impact the strategy here. Got it? Let's take a break.